Hello, this is Live Forgive. Today we'll talk about endurance. So endurance is one of the shards available for your B upgrades, and it looks like a battery in your items and shards. So first we will try to understand what endurance is. So when you are in the universe view, this is your hive. So the endurance is the distance from your hive to the rest of the land. So everything surrounding your hive will be zone 1, and when the distance increases it'll be zone 2 or more. So zone 2, and then so it's like a circle, and then you go a little further, it'll be zone 3, and then zone 4, and then zone 5, so on. So the number you're looking for in order to find the endurance is in the B card, like you can see here. It's below the recovery, and it says endurance, and it also says what zone it can go. And if you want to know what zone is this number, you can always go to this question mark, and then you go to support, and then you click on endurance. Okay, so we go to the document, and then these are the numbers. So from 100 to 129 is zone 1, and then 270 and above is zone 8. So this is something you will get used to it once you start saying a lot of B's. You will kind of know how much. So all you have to remember is like 130, 140, 155, 175, 200, and 230, and then 270. So it'll automatically be a part of your memory system for this. So that comes with time. And the endurance for Gen Z Bs is little different, and you can read about this here. So a Gen Z reaches is determined. The Gen Z B reach is determined by the player experience level. What do they mean, player experience level? So when you are level 1, you can reach zone 1, and then like all the way up to 15, level 15, you can reach zone 5, and Gen Z Bs cannot go more than zone 5. All right, so that's something you need to know. And there is something special about Genesis Bs. They don't have any endurance gate. What do I mean by endurance gate? So I will show you one of my Genesis Bs. Okay, there it is. So my Genesis B's endurance is 164, but then it can still travel to zone 8. So never ever put endurance shards on the Genesis B. You'll be losing shard slot, upgrade slot. So never do that. And another asset where endurance does not matter in this universe is your queen, right? So your queen does not have any endurance gate as well. So it doesn't matter what level or what the stats is, she can still take your piece to the respective zones. So that's something you don't have to worry about as well. So what do we have here? So first, the zone means the distance from your hive, and then there is a range for every zone. And as long as you have that number, your bee can go travel and do missions like hunting or harvesting. So, in order to get endurance shards, it's the normal way. So you go to main shop, you can buy it. The main way will be hunting, but I'm just going to say this is one of the safest and the most cheapest possible way you can acquire shards. I always get endurance shards whenever it's available. So that's one. And then there will be raffles. Today there is nothing. Ending soon, there's nothing. Okay. So, and then there is item shops. You go filter, and then you choose. There it is, endurance, and then you can find endurance shards here. So we have main shop, you have item shop, and then you can also increase your bees endurance by cosmetics, by wearing one of these cosmetics with endurance, depending on whatever is lesser. Say this is something I don't have enough. Okay, I want to get it at the moment. Let's say while we are talking. Where are we? So that's one of the best cosmetics for endurance, and the most cheapest as well to get higher endurance for your bees. So we have main shop, we have raffles where there is also endurance shards at sometimes, and then you have item shop, and then you can also boost endurance with cosmetic items. All right. So we'll go we'll go with certain details about how I do my upgrades for putting that bee from one endurance to another. Let's say first of all, it follows the same rarity from common to mythic. So it starts with 20 for common, 40 for rare, 80 for epic, 150 for legendary, and 300 for mythic. So as long as endurance is concerned, it is one of the major things you should be concentrating, because there is something called having. So your B. So in order to, we'll go read about having, because that's one of the important things. Okay, it's called tired having for missions. So let's say if your B has 100 agility and capacity, right? So in zone 1, that 100 is as good as 32. You will get 32% of whatever the value is. Let's say my B has 100 endurance. In zone 2, it'll have 37.71, meaning you are losing about 63% of what your B's original stats are. So that's why people always go for higher zones, but there is always a give and take of how much you want to spend on a zone 8. Instead of getting one zone 8, you can actually get like 4 or 5 zone 4 or zone 5, which will get more than one zone 8B. There should be a chart somewhere here, like there it is. So this is the chart. Probably you should get this chart and read this article in order to understand the importance of endurance. So personally, I like zone 4 to zone 6 more, because even though this is way more value for your stats, I personally tend to stick around this, because like there is still some resource and the competition is less. You get to send one more how do I say, one more shift of mission than zone 8 or zone 9, zone 7. Because what happens in zone 8 is, like, since there's so many people harvesting at the same time, um, and there's so many poison bombs as well, like it's really hard to find good lands. People always throw a poison bomb, so probably you put your bees there, and then in 30 minutes suddenly the owner puts a bomb out on their land, and then like you're stuck there for like 12 hours or so, because he wants to farm his own land. So so talking about endurance, you need to understand not all zones have not all landform has all zones. So you should always check, go to search. If you see, let's say you're buying a zone 8 meadow, but there is no land. And if you go summit, there's a lot, but there is no zone 1. So these are the things you need to know before you purchase a bee. And it doesn't mean like these bees are useless, because they have other uses as well. Say for example, if I'm a landowner, I can actually use any endurance in my own land. Even if it is a zone 1, I can use it in a zone 4. And since the last update, we have this number on the top left corner, top left corner of the B. If it says 4, it can go till 4, zone 4. And if it says 3, it can go till zone 3, so on. And let me find, I can send this to show you how it works. See, this is a zone 4 land, right? But I'm going to send a zone 3 This is a zone 3. You can see this is a zone 3. So I can use this to hunt and harvest even though it doesn't meet the endurance of its stats. So that's why you will find a lot of cheaper bees being bought even on a summit like Summit 1. If I have a Summit 7 or 8, I can just buy like cheapest possible bees from the market, and I will just increase the stats, like just the farming stats, like the harvest stats. Like I will just pump agility and capacity, and I will just use it in zone 8. So that's where the value of land in higher zones come from. You get cheaper bees and you get 100% of their stats. So that's one of the best things of having land. But it doesn't mean you can send a Gen Z bee to a zone 6 or a zone 8 land, even if it's your own land. They cannot go any further than zone 5, even if you're level 30, because there is a cap for that. So that the ability for it to travel stops at zone 5. That's why zone 6 lands and above are costly, because they get lesser competition, since you negate the competition from the Gen Z Ps. So let's get back to the. So in this example, what I need is I need 10 more points for this particular B to go to zone from zone 4 to zone 5. Now it's 165. I need to go till 175 in order to make it zone 5. So my choice here is to go with two rare and then one common. So I'm only giving like three slots away for putting this B to zone 5. And I'm not going to do that now, but just giving you an idea of how to think. So you can just do the combinations, and if I do just 3 directly, okay, it'll be 8. Okay, no, okay, it'll be 12. So if I use 3 rare, I'm actually wasting 20 shards. So you need to be shard efficient as well as slot efficient. A lot of people would directly go make mythic endurance shards. Never do that. Like I've done that mistake when I started, because like I was a little crazy with that chasing for VIP levels. It's not it's not a very good idea to use such a precious shard, because there's so many bees but then not enough shards. So use it. What I did here is, like, since this is only 10 slots, I wanted him to be zone 5. So what I did is I gave him the hat, and then this is the yummy mouth that gives like 10, this gives like 4, and then this gives 3, and he's already there from level 4 to level 5. I haven't decided what I want to give, because I literally have nothing when it comes to um, capacity shards. If I start making mythic shards, I can only make like 3 mythic shards, and then like 3 or 4 mythic shards, and then like there is literally no more upgrades I can do. So that's why I'm very cautious about using these items, especially when it comes to agility, uh, capacity, and endurance. Endurance is very precious, and you have like you can buy better bees, and I'm okay to spend on cosmetics than spending on shards, because you never know which bee is better for putting it in the next zone. And I only do it when I'm missing a bee in a certain zone. Say if I have a squad, I need full squad. So when I level up, I will get one more B slot available for Seaside 5. At that time, I make a choice. Maybe I will end up with a Seaside B, which is zone 5. When I breed or when I hatch, I don't have to upgrade that. So don't make unnecessary push unless you have the slot and you have the team for it. So use these shards very wisely, and don't spend them on bees which are not fitting. See, I've done something really bad in these things. Like I will show you a bee. It's one of the biggest mistakes, but I think this will stay forever in my hive. Look at that. This the stats on this bee is so pathetic, but then I spent possibly 5 or 6 mythic shards to make him zone 7. I think this is my first zone 7. I was so excited, or whatever it is, and it is a big mistake. Please don't do that. All right. So with that note of self-humiliation on my creative endeavors of getting my zone 7, uh, I think we will finish this video here. Probably like I will do another video on agility and capacity next for harvesting, and then maybe I will also include luck in that, because that's a very small subject, and it's a part of the uh, bigger missions you do with the bee. And talking about hunting, always look for extreme lands with endurance shards. You can always get this sonar bus. See, there is nothing here for endurance shards, and if nothing is there, you can always put another one to refresh. So that's it for me. Hopefully, I covered everything for endurance. It is a very complex and a lengthy topic, even though it's just one item. So see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Zub zub and subscribe. Thank you.